Hey, gentlemen, ladies, we are right in the center of a Folo village where Christians were attacked here and practically destroyed. You can see these are food items. I don't know if you can see the picture here. This is corn. You can see a part of this. All this, how these rooms were like a store for corn and they were destroyed. Many houses were burned in the other side of the village. And today we are only coming to help them because foods have been destroyed. And part of our work at EMS of Ekwa is just to help people get food. People are living in their conditions, lost families, lost homes, lost loved ones, and it's such a fact. It is just one example. I think we will show you more. Ko ka an kashe ko ba a kashe ka ba komai zai wuce. Shi ma wanda ya zo ya kashe mu din wanda suke zuwa suna kashe mu ba wai wahala ya ketare su bane, su ma suna cikin wahala, kila ma sun yi mu wahala.
To gaskiya ranar 16 a watan 11 nan da ya wuce 2020 ina nan dare kusan murgama mun gama mun shiga bacci sai around after 9 sai muna a cikin kwance kawai, waɗansu ma sun yi bacci, to waɗansu dai ba su riga sun yi bacci a wancan lokacin ba. Muna nan kawai sai muka ji Allah akbar, sai muka ji ratatatat kawai. To ni da yake ina cikin ɗaki ne sai na rarrafe na je ta window, da na bude window a shan sa wuta a wancan gidan ne, domin ga gidana wancan sai haske ga gidana nan. Sai da na bude window, da shike window yana kasa kaɗan, sai na ga mutane zuwa daga can a bakake da kaya, kawai mutanen can ko da an haɗa yawan angwama a garin nan gaba ɗaya ba mu kai kwata nasu ba. Suna zuwa suna sallatin sunan, suna zuwa da kaya, ana harbi ma suna yin shi haka ne haka. To suka shigo, mu dai ni ina ɗaki mun kukulle kofa, tun muna ji daga can muna gani sai na zambuna mun rarrafe haka, sai mun ɗan shiga ta gefe kaɗan wanda ko mu ɗan samu mafaka at least dai. Da suka shigo da suka fara daga hakan, muna jin harbe-harbe, muna jin kone-kone, in sun yi Allah akabar nan sai sun sake wutan nan kenan, sai sun zo sun kone wannan gidan kanin baban mai gidana ne. Suka gama daga nan sai suka shiga namu gidan, sun sara kofan yayi karfi, sun sara the other one din yayi karfi, sai sun koma ta cikin gida. Da suka shiga ta ciki, ni dai ina ta dan abun nan, sai sun sa ma motar wuta, da suka sa ma motar wuta sai suka sa ma gidan wuta ta facing board, sai ya kama wuta shiga daga rafta, to wuta yana ta soka daga kasa. Ni ina na cikin ɗakin nan, muna nan mun rayuka guda 5 a cikin ɗaki. To mu dai muna ta addu'a, muna ganin ikon Allah a cikin hakan. Allah ya allantakan shi, sai a cikin fafatawan, domin gaskiya sun zo ba su tafi da wuri ba, sun daɗe a anguwan nan.
Sun kai awa guda?
Awa uku. Sun bazu. To in sun sara gida sai su kwashe kaya sai su sa wuta, sun buga ɗaki sun shiga su kwashe kaya sai su sa wuta. To mu dai muna nan har lokacin da sojan nan suka zo kenan, shine da sun zo sun taimaka. Sai da yake ni ina na ɗaki, ina da batir kuma na da abun nan ɗan kuɗi a waya, sai na ta kira na ce musu ɗaki na cin wuta, muna nan. Sun ce ɗakin nan da na cin wuta kuna ciki? Na ce musu muna na ciki. to shine har an iya an ɗan yi magana da sojojin da sun zo sun rescue namu daga cikin ɗaki.
So let me attempt to summarize what this woman said. She is one of those who were attacked on the night of last month, and so the attackers came from this direction behind the camera, and then they started burning a house right there, and they came by the numbers. According to her, if compared to the number of the people in this village, they are not even up to a quarter of the number of people who are attacking, and they were shooting sporadically, just randomly. And she was right in this house where she and her husband and 5 other kids were there. And then they tried to break into the house. They couldn't. They went from behind, burnt their car, and then set the house ablaze. And what they do in every house they go, they will pack the food items, the valuables, anything that is of value, they will take it away and then set the house on fire. And they operated for approximately 3 hours, and many people were displaced and some were killed. And then you can see the houses, how they are. And there are many houses this way and also many houses the other way. And they had the help of the military 3 hours later that are very close from here, and they helped to repel the attacks. And many of them right now don't have food. And ya mutane suka ji bayan wannan attack. Ko za ka yi magana ne? Ka rika wannan.
To gaskiya mutane dai bayan attack da aka yi mana a nan. Okay. After the attack to this village, many ones we host them, others they are they are living in the primary school.
Okay, that is IDP camp.
Yeah, IDP camp. Yeah. So some are there, but we host others. Or the houses that they are not born, we host other communities.
So the people are pressed into many houses.
Yes, yes.
So how about food?
Food we are managing. The ones that we have no option than to give it to other people that they are affected directly.
So today we brought food. What would you say about that?
Seriously, we really appreciate you people effort.
Okay, so look at the camera. We are not the one. People donated. So look at the camera and just thank those who gave this food directly.
Seriously, we really appreciate EMS organization for helping us, for relieving us from the food starvation that we are into.
Okay.
Seriously, they have helped us. We really appreciate your effort. Our earnest prayer is that God should multiply your organization.
It is strange that this is not our church members. Actually, we don't have anybody that belonging to our church, but our intervention is just among Christians who are persecuted, and even sometimes non-Christians, even Muslims who are persecuted. Anybody who is in crisis. Our commitment is not a church issue, it's actually a humanitarian issue because we are all in crisis. Mama, ku za ki yi godiya? Kina jin Turanci?
Zan yi da Hausa.
To shi kenan.
To gaskiya mu a wannan gari ta Folo za mu ce ma jama'a mun gode sosai. Ubangiji Allah ya sawa ko albarka, musamman wannan kungiya ta EMS wanda ta kawo mana agaji a yau din nan. Muna cewa mun gode dukkan wanda ya sa hannu domin ya taimake mu daga hanyoyi daban-daban. Gaskiya muna cewa mun gode. Wannan abinci da an kawo zai taimake mu nesa ba kusa ba, domin yawanci an kone mun yi girbi kenan. Sun yi kamar sun timing namu ne, mun gama shi girbin daga jeji, an zo an sa wutan ya ci su abincin a ɗaki. So muna cewa mun gode sosai. Ubangiji Allah ya sa muku albarka.
This is heart touching. What this woman is saying is that it is like they are timed. Just at the time they finish their harvest and stored their grains, that is the right time these guys came and burnt their food. So our intervention is just like for a week or so, and you can imagine what they hold till the next rainy season. Our rainy season begins from May, and it will take them probably 5-6 months before they get another batch of food. Usually the harvest, this is around the harvest time, and you can just imagine if you have food that will last you the whole year and it's burnt overnight, and I don't know what they will live for. What we can do only is to do an intervention like this, and my heart breaks even as this happens. But this woman and my friend here, and I believe every single one who saw this food today are very excited. We are excited that you are donating out there. Honestly, this means so much to us that we can reach out to people who are persecuted because of their faith. We've seen children, many of them are out of school, but we are hoping that we can do more in the future. Thank you very much.
Yadda ni na gudu haka koma ya gudu because abin ya fi karfin mu.
Ba
security a garin, mu ne security kuma ba mu da wani abu.
Wow.
So inda ka sami kanka ka buya sai addu'a. To gaskiyar magana shine lokacin da har wannan abun around 9 something har zuwa 1 a.m. wanda a wannan abun yana faruwa gunshots. Neighboring villages suka ce to nan gurin an riga an raka unguwan mutanen gaba daya.
Wow.
So ni a inda nake nace to idan Allah ya bari har wannan abun ya kare kamar yadda na da rai ni ban samu dama ba. Maybe in mun tashi zan gaggawa waki ne a cikin garin nan gaba daya. So lokacin da abun ya faru ita wannan matan yaro na ga gidanta a nan. An zo an sa wuta tana cikin gida. So ashe ni mun a hide out na nina nan kusa da mai gidanta. Muna nan kurkusa amma ba mu sani ba. Until wannan abun ya zo ya lafa sai soja da wasu community yaran mu sun an ce ita tana ciki. Sai sun zo a guje suna ki fito sai ta zo ta ce musu ai mijinta ne yana da mukuli kuma yana waje ne. Shine suna kiran shi ko ya amsa within. Sai ya amsa din sai suka zo da ya amsa sai ni na ji ya amsa sai amma ni ban ji amsa an shi ba su ne suka ji sai sun ce ya kawo mukuli sai ya ce a shi an harbe shi an harbe shi shine da na ji harbin nan sai na lura da muryoyin da suke magana to na sojan ne muryan ne ban gane ba shi yasa ban yi saurin tashi ba so da na ji ya ce an harbe shi sai na tashi wuf sai na zo inda sa su karɓo ki sai na zo na ce mashi yaya ya ce an harbe shi sai muka daga shi mun kawo kofan gida ita kuma ya ba da mukule sai an zo an bude su thank God ba abin da ya same su already Allah ya ceto suna da ruwa suna ta dan wasa silin yana rage zafin wutan da su burgo to yadda aka yi.
When I was just asking him how everybody fared when they were attacked, he said, well, everybody scattered because all of them just were caught unawares and all of them scattered in different directions and everybody was left to take care of himself. This woman, Mama Kizo, she was actually inside the house. That is one thing I forgot to say. When this house was set on fire, because they couldn't break in and set the fire from the ceiling, and they were inside. So they had water, they had blankets, and they kept sprinkling water on the ceiling so that it will cushion the effect of the fire. But the fire was burning as well, really getting to them. Incidentally, she had her phone, and then she had some credit in her phone, and she kept telling people at this time, and she was looking for rescue because the door was locked completely. The doors were locked, and the keys were with the husband, and the husband escaped to a nearby bush. And then, so when they came to rescue them, they were shouting and they were crying, asking to be rescued, and she kept saying that the key was with the husband, if they could trace the husband. So they kept shouting his name, and he responded, and then he said, they asked him, bring the key, and he said he was shot, and so he can't stand up. So they rushed to his place and got the key and came and rescued them when they found. So they nearly got suffocated by fire, and it's a testimony of God's grace that she and her family are alive. Today, 5 of them would have been roasted, like many other people are roasted. And so they came and unlocked her, and they brought them out in the midst of the fire. And then the husband was carried and brought back and taken to the hospital. And he said that the neighboring villages who were hearing the gunshots believed that there was no one single person that will escape from this carnage. Exactly. He himself thought that after the whole thing, he wouldn't find a single life. He actually thought he was the only one that was saved. Exactly. Because the gunshot persisted from about 9 p.m. to about 1 a.m. and they were shooting sporadically. Like these people come en masse and they shoot at the air, they shoot at everything they see. And even without seeing, they just keep chanting Allahu Akbar. and just keep shooting on the air. But we thank God that so many lives were preserved and so many things. To yau mun kawo muka abinci. Akwai yunwa, akwai wahala da sauransu.
Gaskiya akwai yunwa, akwai wahala. Saboda abincinmu an kone. Waɗansu ba komai, sutura, komai na gida dai household gaba ɗaya babu. So ga fargaba. So mutane an yi ta zama ɗari in ba kaman yanzu da mun kai sati biyu yau da kwana ɗaya da faruwan wannan abun. Shi ne dai yanzu mun ɗan fara samun saukin abun. Akwai yunwa. Sai dai kuma mu godiya alherin Allah wadda kuka kawo mana. Gaskiya ba abin da za mu ce ma ikkilisiyar ekwa sai godiya. Inda akwai wata kalman da aka use wanda ta fi godiya da mu a Folo Community za mu use, because kun show in love, kun show in concern. Abinda muna ji ku iyayenmu masu wa'azi ana faɗa mana gashi ya shafe mu, mun taɓa zahiri. Yau mun ga Allah kusa da mu, because wannan Allah ne, because maganan Allah ya ce wanda yana kuka a yi kuka da shi, wanda yana dariya a yi dariya da shi. Mu ku ekwa ta ga lokacin da muna kuka abinda ya same mu, ta zo kusa da mu, tana jajantawa da mu, har ta kawo mana abinci wanda zai kwantar mana da hankali. To, a nan muna maganan shugabancin ekwa gaba ɗaya, shugaba ne. Ubangiji sa musu albarka. Allah ya kara musu basira da sani da kwazo na aiki irin wannan.
Mama na tunda kana jin turanci yanzu kama ekwa.
Yes.
Ina son ka rabi kamera inda ma ekwa muna bi daga mutane ne.
Haka ne.
Suna so su ga cewa kyautar nan mun yi musu kuwa, ko kuma su mutane suka ba su shin sun ji daɗi. Na san kana jin turanci. Ka dubi kamera nan kai mishi magana ka ce kai mai turanci.
To,
Rogado.
in fact, we as the Folo Community, we are very, very, very grateful. We really appreciate EQUA for what they have done to us. They heard what happened to us, and they came to our rescue. They came and give us food to sustain our lives. So we really appreciate EQUA. I want to say we as Folo Community, those affected as the items being brought here, in fact, we really appreciate, and we thank the management of EQUA. EQUA as a whole, we pray that may the good love of God continue to be with EQUA.
So, Mr. Peter is one of our staff. He is actually in the front line with one or two people who will always help us know where crisis set in, and also he's directly in charge of the department where we help people under crisis like this. So he's our representative. We can't all be everywhere at the same time. So Peter was the one that helped us identify when crisis sets in. Peter, would you want to describe what happened and how you got to know this village?
Okay, first I got to know about this village because on the night of the attack, there were lots of Facebook posts and even calls from people that's staying around this axis. So they were making calls, calling for help and narrating the situation. So that's how I got to hear. So when I did, waited a day or two to be sure that there was calm, and then we came in ourselves to see the level of damage done, and also to meet with the people who were affected to ascertain what happened and see how we could help the people. So when we came in, basically, we're told that a lot of them are staying with friends and
family.
We
even understand someone staying in that school, I guess. So
And of course, the basic need for many of them is food.
Food, yeah.
We
That
can't
is the
even-
immediate
yeah,
need.
we can't even start thinking about resettling them, rebuilding their homes. So
Yeah.
that was why we thought it wise to come in here with food.
So Peter is our eye, like I said, and part of his work is to ensure that he reaches out to these communities, and then when that happens, we release funds usually, and then the funds will buy foods and then come. I'm not always here. I'm not always on every field, but he helps us to be on every field with the other team. James, would you want to come? Let them see your face, and then coordinator will come. These are the people that help us to do all of these things. James, would you want to say something?
Yeah. Well, we want to thank God for the opportunity to serve humanity. It is God's by His grace He has given us this task, and we want to thank God for helping us to fulfill it. In the midst of all the happening, He has been faithful. I want to thank our brother Ilya for being in the forefront to identify such places and to get us involved to see that the right thing is done at the right time to these communities. Thank you.
We have our can you come this side? We have our coordinator here. Our coordinator, we have about 3 to 4 levels. We have I'm at the head management. We call the management team. I belong to the management team. James here belongs to the management team, and then we have people working down the chain like Ilya, and then down the local level we have what we call a coordinator. The coordinator has between 5 to 150 missionaries under him. How many missionaries do you have under you?
14 missionaries.
Okay, he has 14 missionaries under him. We don't particularly have a missionary in this village, but like I said, our concern is to reach out to those who are in pain. And like Peter said, our first concern, we do quite a lot of intervention. Would you want to mention the intervention, because food, I think, is the first thing?
Yes, we call that the emergency aid.
Emergency
Yeah,
aid.
but we have a rebuilding project.
We have the rebuilding project.
Yes.
So certain places we really have to help them start up their buildings and all of that. So
we also have medical support.
okay, we
for
also
those
have
who are
medical
wounded.
support and then skills.
Yes, more like a self-help.
Yeah, self-help, because some people lose everything and probably they have to reroute and do other skills. So this is a wonderful team, and there are many people behind this team. We are just representing. We are privileged to be in this village. There are many places we would not be able to visit ourselves because some are very far, but God made it possible for us to be here. And He lives among these people. Do you want to say something?
Actually, the first and foremost want to thank the EMS head for the concise event that has occurred to our people. The word that I would say that the good Lord continue to bless the EMS and also continue to sustain the life of the people that have been affected with this crisis. Thank you very much.
So we are praying that this community, God will take care of them. I don't know, psychologically, one of the things the one I interviewed said, he said they are saddled with lack of food, lack of clothing, lack of shelter, but then also they are traumatized. That is one point that hit me. I don't know how to do that, how we can help in that. But we are hoping that we can do more than what we have done today. We'll probably come back and do more. And depending on the availability of resources in our hands, we'll come back and do more. But sincerely, we are doing this video not to take glory, because we don't do it ourselves. You donated. If you didn't donate, we can't come here. But we thank you because you can do it. This is just to bless your heart as it bless ours, to see kids and 5 people locked up in this house and they could have been burnt to ashes. That wouldn't have been a good story today. And today, you know that everything they own. And what the first woman said really struck my heart, that this is the right time. They have harvested their crops and stored them. And they have this group that carted away everything. So you can imagine what do they live for. This is November, December, and it will probably, the next, from now to, they will need to harvest. The next harvest is December. So what will they eat for the next 1 year? But we know that our God is a supplier of all our needs. We don't have to worry. Where the food will come from, we don't know. But we know that there is a God who cares. I don't think these people know we are coming to give them food today. They have no idea. For the simple fact that they are not even our church members, so they wouldn't even expect. Yeah, they won't even expect. But here we are not here to showcase churches. This is just the love of Christ. This is not about denomination or about where you come from. It's